morning, everyone, and happy Thursday to you. Welcome back into Eyewitness News Mornings. I'm Sara Shouhayib. Begin this next half hour with your top stories of the morning. We are staying on top of breaking news out of Washington this morning. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi just said that the House is drafting articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump. We are going to get back to our top stories here locally, but now we turn our attention to a CBS News special report.
Its weekly unemployment numbers.
Also happening today, the Bakersfield Police Department will be out on local roadways looking for drunk drivers as they conduct a DUI checkpoint. They'll be looking for people driving under the influence. Yeah, Fiona, good afternoon to you. Well, Labor Day weekend certainly starting off to a very violent start this morning in South Bakersfield. Just to tell you where we are right now, we're on the corner of Teal and El Alisal Street. Give you perspective on that, we're about a quarter mile away from White Lane. This is a residential area. We're showing you this neighborhood here where there is still a lot of police activity here on the scene. All right, you have to listen to this, single ladies. This one's for you. Would you date a guy who has a cat? Let that sink in for just a moment. According to one research group, it's harder for a man to get a date with a woman if he plays with cats. Tyra Majors is live outside of the one on F Street. That's the only one open right now here in Bakersfield. So Tyra, a very long line out there. What are you seeing? As you're back here at home, leaders in Kern County continue their push to expedite the governor's timeline to reopen. This even as the number of cases continue to grow in our community. So what do you believe is the solution? Do you think there even is one? What has to happen, in your opinion, for there to be some real change?
I think both sides need to understand that we all humans, and humans need to just come to an understanding because humans always have misunderstandings.
Since the hospital was founded in the year 1962, Danny Thomas, the founder, envisioned a world where no child would die in the dawn of life, regardless of their background. This morning, we're learning more about the former CHP officer who was charged with 2 counts of attempting to contact a minor with intent to commit sexual offense. Brian Pardue was caught in a sting operation performed by the Kern County Sheriff's Office. They have this sign here that says they're only allowing 17 people inside at one time in order to keep safety as a main priority here. So walk with me this way. I'll show you a couple of other stores that are open today. Again, we are only at a 25% capacity here of stores that are open. Auntie Anne's is one of them. Banana Republic here to my right is also one of them.
Expected to sell for up to $200,000. All right, this is a quick.
Wow, that's a lot.
Small trivia on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay.
Who was the voice of the snowman who also narrated the hour-long episode?
Oh, gosh. You know? Can I call a friend? Phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
All right, Josh Damien in the back, my producer, please. You got this one? Burl Ives.
That's what they said, Burl Ives, and that is correct.
Yay!
Well done. Well done. I was getting worried back there. I was disappointed in Josh if you didn't know that, so good call.
Of course, Josh has always got my back. Thank you for that. We keep hearing novel coronavirus, hence the name COVID-19. But what is the biggest difference between this one and past ones like MERS and SARS? And has that past research in developing vaccines for those coronavirus cousins, if you will, helped us in our situation now?
Well, they are cousins.
Let's get to some political news now. President Trump vowing to veto the defense spending bill if it requires changing the name of bases honoring Confederate generals. Here's the tweet the president posted. Well, on a more personal note, as many of you know, I'm of Lebanese descent and grew up going to Lebanon every summer. My sister and her family live in Beirut and we're just miles from the blast site. You're actually looking at photos of their home in Beirut where every window shattered, including the one right over my nephew's bed, what you're seeing right here, where he thankfully was not in at the time. My brother-in-law was home, but he is safe, and so is my sister and both of my nephews who were driving home. We feel so lucky that they are alive and safe, but still feel an immense amount of pain for others who weren't so fortunate. Well, cleanup continues in parts of Florida and Alabama following the wrath of Hurricane Sally. The storm is now drenching parts of the southeast.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. I have to tell you, I'm fangirling super hard right now. I grew up watching you on Sister, Sister. I would hear, Sister, Sister.
Oh, thank you.
Sister, Sister.
Oh my gosh, that was so incredible. Look at you! That was so incredibly good and in sync and on the right key.
Well,
that was amazing.
I tell you, I would hear it in the other room, and me and my sister, we would come running into the living room just in time for I got my own mind. I do my own style and my own time.
In my own time. Okay,
had
you
to
just
go there. I just had to go
completely
there.
made my day.
So, Erin, I want to get you in on this. A very busy hurricane season we've been seeing. Obviously, it starts in the beginning of June and doesn't end until the end of November. And we are already at the letter S, right? It's alphabetical order for how these hurricanes are listed. So we're about to run out of that alphabet. And once we do, move on to the Greek letter system.
Correct.
But yes, Sally is proving to be yet another hurricane, a part of this busy hurricane season. As for the testing site at the Richard Prado Senior Center, there was a soft opening Monday, and it did feature a special guest. Actor Sean Penn was there for the unveiling yesterday. Digging around California now, check this out. Many of us have heard the expression, not all heroes wear capes, right? Well, this one is big, round, and can shoot UV light. Yeah, meet the Virus Avenger. This is it. The 2020 Kern County Fair may be canceled, but fair foodies can still get their fix. Tyra Majors joins us live this morning at the fairgrounds where she is living her best life, ladies and gentlemen, and where all the excitement is taking place. Tyra. We're gearing up to move over to Fox 58 starting at 7 o'clock. You can see our entire team is hard at work preparing for that. Let's get a check in with Tyra Majors. What are you working on? Happening today, President Donald Trump is planning to visit a medical equipment distributor in Pennsylvania. The company is near Philadelphia. You know the saying, idle hands are the devil's playground. But in this case, idle cars are a thief's playground. Car thefts are on the rise during the coronavirus pandemic. More people are working from home or not at all. Their cars sitting still, an ideal opportunity for carjackers. Like the two men in this Ring doorbell footage. This happened in Northwest Bakersfield last month. The homeowner, Kim Melton, said it happened while they were sleeping. And within 2 minutes, just like that, their truck was gone.
It's just scary to think that possibly like dangerous people could be coming to our house and stealing from us. It's just not a comforting feeling.
This crime, car theft, is not a new problem in Bakersfield. According to the FBI, California has by far more car thefts every year than any other state. And according to the National Insurance Crime Bureau, Bakersfield has the most car thefts in California. Simply put, when it comes to car theft, Bakersfield is the worst of the worst.
I mean, the world is crazy right now. So when you're in your home, you should be able to have like a sense of security. You should have that peace being at home. And when this happened to us, it's these people, they didn't just steal like my husband's truck. They stole our sense of security in our house.
Now it's also affected their livelihood. This is the condition of the truck when it was recovered a few days later.
We aren't a rich family. My husband works in asphalt. He works nonstop to provide for our family, and that was his work truck that he took to work every day.
Now it appears the coronavirus pandemic is only making the car theft problem even worse. In April 2020, the height of the pandemic, the Kern County Sheriff's Office documented more than double the number of car thefts than in April of last year. In the same time frame, Bakersfield police recorded a 60% increase. Need more proof? The Kern County Auto Theft Task Force, known as KernCAD, is a partnership from local law enforcement. They recovered 969 vehicles all of last year. This year, they're on pace to recover 1,200. BPD Sergeant Nathan McCauley says it's an issue that won't go away.
Watching from 2019, a vast majority of our Part 1 crimes, property crimes and violent crimes went down. One of the few exceptions was auto theft. Auto theft was one of the areas that had increased and still has an increase going into this year.
You're taking a look at some Bakersfield suspects from this year. Part of the problem, McCauley says, carjackers who get caught are frequently set free to offend again. In the third week of May, for example, BPD arrested 16 people for auto theft. 13 of them were released on $0 bail. And one of those arrestees released was arrested again for the same crime just 10 days later.
It's not a rule, and there's absolutely the ability for people to learn their lesson, change, and go on about their lives there. But it is also not uncommon to find people that are engaging in these behaviors over and over again as well.
So, since the thieves are always lurking, you need to protect yourself. McCauley says the best way to do this is to make your car the hardest target on the block. Here are some ways to do that. Park in your garage. Park in a well-lit area. Lock your doors. Don't leave your spare keys in the car. Don't keep your car running unattended. And also, if you can, get a security camera. Macaulay says it can help prevent the crime altogether, and if it doesn't, it can at least help to solve the crime. For Melton, it's allowed her and her neighbors to at least know who to look out for.
We're able to keep an eye out for that truck and let others know to keep an eye out for it. So hopefully, they can get caught, because they've destroyed a lot of people's vehicles, and it's sad.
Sure, a camera comes at a cost, but when a problem simply won't go away, the only thing you can do is make sure it's not your problem. In Bakersfield, Sara Shouhayib, Eyewitness News.
We must wash our hands, and we can't touch our faces, cough and sneeze in our elbows, not spread germs to all places.
Those are just some of the lessons taught in the book, What's Going On? Ask Belinda Fitzjohn. It was written and illustrated by these 3 moms who live in Saudi Arabia after they continued to get questions from their own kids about the virus.
It's just helped answer some of their kind of general questions about where is everybody? What's happening? When are we going to see people?
And the book helps to explain that. There were many sleepless nights as they worked tirelessly to get the book done, having it completed in just a week and a half.
We just thought that time was of the essence. Like, it wouldn't help if we were all out of quarantine when this book came out, and we knew it was important to get it in the hands of people now.
They did this all while fulfilling their first roles as moms, each having 3 kids of their own. They all talked on Zoom due to stay-at-home orders and coordinated their efforts that way, just like how we conducted our interview with the 4 of us. They wrote the book with their kids in mind, even getting feedback from them while writing it. Tamar Henry's kids, who you see here, are all immune compromised, so she knew the importance of having the book's focus be on keeping kids' worries at ease.
What context do you bring it to them in, without too much fear? And I think, again, that's what a book like ours can do. It can be informative, but it's also not too serious.
Despite the hard work, they say it was therapeutic for them to be on this project and a way to give back.
I used to be an emergency nurse, and so I kind of felt like I really wasn't doing my part. I saw all these other nurses going because I'm staying home with the children. And then I just thought, well, why can't I do my part with writing a book?
Right now, the book is available on Amazon and BearTed.com, and a portion of the sales are going to the organization Doctors Without Borders.
We are 3 moms just trying to do something to help people.
With words of encouragement, reminding us all that while we are staying at home, there are still so many things we are able to do, like the book says.
We're still all together. I can hear people clapping. There's music and singing and dancing and rapping.
I absolutely love that.
So how did you hear about the book itself and it coming together?
So one of the moms, obviously all 3 of those moms live in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
One of them is from Missouri. So she reached out to me on Instagram, of all places. She saw that my Instagram bio said just a human trying to give people in Kern County coronavirus news. She saw that in my bio, reached out to me, asked if I wanted to do this story. And although they're all the way on the other side of the world, this has a global impact.
Oh, yeah.
This can help kids all over, no matter race, religion, skin color. We're all in this together, just like the book says.